The stars of the PBA Tour are back in Chicago for the second weekend of the Geico PBA Summer Shootout. It's the competition where the pros just get one shot per turn, no spares here. Only strikes guarantee survival. 9 teams made up of the sport's best-known names, representing the companies they endorse. Locked in a pressure-packed, rapid-fire battle for the prestigious PBA Manufacturers Cup. Just one shot per try, so they better make it count as the Geico PBA Summer Shootout continues from Chicago. Chicago is the center of the bowling universe this week as the 10-pin Bowling Lounge in downtown hosts the 2012 Geico PBA Summer Shootout. Hello, everybody. I'm Lon McCarron with PBA Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. We are still in the early throes of the single eliminator rounds. 9 different teams representing their ball manufacturers fighting for points to earn their way into the stepladder finals. 4 single rounds are gone so far, Randy. What has stood out in your mind?
Well, 2 things, Lon. First, the tricky oil pattern. The players have struggled a bit to get their bowling balls to the pocket, and that's why we haven't seen a lot of ties. The second has to be a guy by the name of PDW, Pete Weber. Every time he takes the lanes and is on television, he always puts on a good show, and he didn't disappoint the last time we saw him just last week, where he struck every single shot that he threw, and that's why Team Storm is at the top of the standings.
With 29 points, Storm leads everyone. Ebonite and Deviate with 26 each. Brunswick in the 4-hole right now with 23 points. The top 4 teams automatically seeded into the stepladder finals. 3 groups of 3 players each. Our first group is a big one. Sean Rash from Brunswick, Wes Malott from Rotogrip, and Mike Machuga from Team Deviate. Sean Rash now from Brunswick. 7 TV finals this past season, 1 major victory, and here opening with a strike.
We haven't seen a lot of the reigning player of the year, but I've got a feeling we're going to start seeing a little bit more of Sean Rash, especially if he does that.
Now Wes Malott, a lot of success in the shootouts past, a member of the winning team 3 times. Bowling for Rotogrip.
You know, his nickname used to be the Big Nasty. I gave him that, and then he stopped winning, and he says, I got to go back to the Beast.
It's working as he matches Rash's strike.
And when you're that big, who am I to argue with?
Exactly.
Great shot here. The Revolutions gets that bowling ball to face up to the 1-3, and then the great pin action.
Now Mike Machuga chugs from Deviate.
I don't know if I want to see him throw a strike or the Machuga flop.
Either one would be fun. Machuga needing a strike to stay in it, and he gets it.
Useful, that. Useful. Just a great shot by Chugs right here. Great balance at the foul line.
All right, so all 3 players left in it. Montgomery, Illinois is where Sean Rash calls home, not far from downtown Chicago, where he is bowling today.
By way of Alaska.
Rash with a double. His wife Sarah loves to see that.
And so does Sean and the rest of Team Brunswick. A little funny finish there. You see the right trail like kind of come up awkwardly, but ball ended up in the right spot.
Malott now needing to match, and he does. Wow, what a match here, Randy.
Good stuff.
So the ultimate pressure now on Chugs. Nervous tick at the fingertips and the release. And he's perfect again.
He's a little lucky on this shot. Misses it just a hair at the bottom. He's steering it to get up the hill, and it does just enough, catch enough of the 1-3 to get all 10 to mix around in the pin deck.
Things getting more serious with every ball thrown. Back to our new player of the year. He's got 2 strikes coming in here, and he makes it 3. Well, they seem to have cracked the code on the oil pattern, Randy.
Yes, it's starting to heat up in here. See, the length is 41 feet. The volume is kind of medium. And, of course, as we do almost every week on the tour, it's a synthetic surface.
All right, so nobody has cracked yet. All strikes all the time. Wes Malott. And Malott leaves the 10-pin.
Pretty good shot there.
Malott has to feel he's done.
Big man getting low to the foul line there. You see the 6 wrap around the 10 violently. Not what you want to see when you need a strike.
Mike Machuga can eliminate Wes Malott with a strike here. Malott with a 9 count. Now Chugs.
Go.
Chugs with a 9 count of his own, so nobody eliminated. Rash will take the next ball off while Malott and Machuga with a roll-off.
Well, the last time he threw it, he missed it just a hair at the bottom. This time, maybe a little overcompensation. Catches a little more than he wants to, and the ball drifts high and leaving just the 4-pin. So now we have a roll-off between Malott and Machuga.
The 2 low scores from the last ball. Rash safe for now. And Malott back to his striking ways.
Wes, I strike Malott. I called him the Kraken on one show. He lost the first match. Afterwards, he said, "Don't ever call me that."
Well, why did you bring it up?
Because he's big and nasty, like the Kraken.
All right, Machuga needs to strike, or he is eliminated.
There we go.
He likes it. And there you see why.
And he's pesky, this Machuga guy.
He will not go away. And why should he? He's a great bowler. He owns 2 PBA titles, so now back in Malott's court. His last singles win came in 2009. And this time a 9 counted wobbled, but it's going to stick.
9.5.
Yeah, he wishes.
He's got that little left follow through there, a little bit like Ryan Simonelli. Ball drifts high and a couple will nudge the 9, but it stands up.
An opening for Machuga. And Machuga strikes through it, and he eliminates Wes Malott finally. So Rash and Machuga now will bowl to advance. Well, Sean and a number of PBA players took in a White Sox-Indians game this weekend at U.S. Cellular Field. And then Sean got the thrill of a lifetime. He was going to throw out the first pitch. And he was prepped for it.
We threw the ball around a little bit yesterday at the cookout, and, you know, it's like riding a bicycle. Once you've done it before, you know how to do it again. So hopefully we're ready to go.
And now the moment of truth for Player of the Year, Sean Rash. Oh, just a bit short. But he still had a ball. Randy Peterson talked with Cubs pitcher Randy Wells to critique Sean's pitching motion.
Randy, we're going to take a look at Sean's pitching style here. I want you to critique it for us, okay?
Do I want to see this?
Yeah, you do.
Terrible walks, man.
You like the shirt?
I love bowling, but those shirts should not be worn outside of the bowl.
All right, here we go.
I'm glad he wears pants in here, too. Those legs are terrible. Oh, my God.
Yeah, what do you think about, I mean, that it got halfway there.
Well, I mean, if you're going to take that long, slow stroll and act like, you know, you're cool and stuff, you got to do something better than that. He didn't even get it to the dirt.
Oh, God.
Wow. Good thing he did that in the White Sox. If he brought that to Wrigley, we'd definitely boo him.
Well, I think Sean was confused on which oil pattern they put on the infield, Randy.
I think he had too much stickum on his throwing hand.
He and Randy Wells are good friends. That's how all that came to be. So Sean Rash with a strike as he tries to eliminate Mike Machuga here in group number 1.
Rash has been nothing but perfect thus far. Moves over to the right lane and shreds the rack in half.
He's making up for that pitch at U.S. Cellular Field. Now Machuga needs to strike or this group is done. And just a 9 count, and Sean Rash does manage to survive this group.
All right, come on. Let's get this
What
one.
a battle that was. The Geico PBA Summer Shootout is brought to you by Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. By Track, evolutionary, revolutionary. And by Columbia 300, Columbia bowls the world over.
You know those lucky dogs who have that perfect amount of gray hair that everyone loves? Now you can be one of them. Touch of Gray.
Welcome back to Chicago and the Geico PBA Summer Shootout with Randy Peterson. I'm Lon McCarron getting ready for Group 2. Bill O'Neill from Team Hammer. The Hall of Famer Jason Couch from Ebonite and Robert Smith, Maximum Bob from 900 Global.
Bill O'Neill looking to turn things around for Team Hammer.
And he does just that, opening with a strike. Finally, he says. Don't sweat.
Pretty good looking shot here on the left lane. He kind of feeds it from about 4th arrow to about 12 and back.
Now Jason Couch, top earning year, 1999, $221,000. He's won 4 majors on Team Ebonite, and he leaves the big split.
Boy, the last time we saw that was on the left lane with another southpaw by the name of Ryan Simonelli. Great shot by Couch here, just a horrible break.
If you're going to retire, chop.
And the way these competitors are bowling now, that 8 just might not be enough. Robert Smith now, 38 years old, 7 titles under his belt. What is that ball? Well, it's good enough for all 10.
Was that a bowling ball or a
I'm not
meteorite
sure,
going down
man.
the lane?
It does eliminate Jason Couch, though. So no chance for Ebonite to earn maximum points. O'Neill and Smith surviving in this group. O'Neill leaves the 10 pen.
He's finally thrown back-to-back shots that are really, really good, and catches a bad break here, leaving the ring in 10. Look at the 6 just sling around that.
Wow. All right, so an opening for Robert Smith. A strike would move him through to the Eliminator Finals. 900 Global Pro does just that with a big strike, and he earns the finals with that one.
There you go. All right, there we go.
So a quick match for Group 2. Robert Smith moving through. He and Sean Rash will meet a player to be named later. Will it be McClellan, Fagan, or Belmonte? Back to Chicago in a moment.
Look closely at history in the making. This $50 Buffalo gold piece is the purest gold coin ever struck by the U.S. government. It's the first U.S. coin ever struck using .9999, that's 4 nines, pure 24-karat gold. Its design is based on the famous Buffalo nickel of 1913 to 38. Wildly popular with investors and collectors, the U.S. government had to stop production because of a shortage of specially made gold blanks. It's no wonder the price of this edition is going through the roof. Now you can reserve your own copy of the $50 Gold Buffalo, clad in 14 milligrams of pure gold. National Collectors Mint's private non-monetary minting recreates James Earl Frazier's American Buffalo against a mirror-like background on one side, and his iconic Native American Indian head stands out in stunning relief on the other. The final issue price was to be set at $50 per proof, but during our special release, this 24-karat pure gold-clad master...
We picked the perfect weekend to bring the Geico PBA Summer Shootout to the 10-Pin Bowling Lounge in Chicago. Go to PBA.com and sign up for Extra Frame. And that'll get you online coverage of senior, regional, and special events. Sign up at PBA.com. Group number 3 now. Dan McClellan, the Canadian from Columbia 300. Mike from Team Track, and Jason Belmonte from Storm. One of these 3 will joined Sean Rash and Robert Smith in the eliminator final. McClellan with the big arm swing. And that's a 7 count. And he has had 7 on his previous 2 rolls.
Yeah, Danny struggled to get it down there and knock all 10 down at one time. And again, leaving the 2-8-10. And he's either been high or light.
So Mike Fagan now, Team Track Player of the Year finalist this year. And he leaves that 10 pin.
Yeah. All right. That is.
Not happy about it.
Yeah, but he should be, because he's got 9 and he's guaranteed himself a spot moving on. Now Jason Belmonte needs at least 8. And then he would face Mike Fagan in the next round.
Those 2 bowlers' fate in the hands, the 2 hands of Belmo. There is the strike, so that will eliminate McClellan. And he gets up to leave. So Fagan and Belmo will continue on in this group.
Poor McClellan has really gotten the brunt of this one and done format.
So Fagan now through a 9 count to open. And there's another one.
Well, we're starting to see more corner pins because we're starting to see more bowling balls hit the pocket. You see that big, long, fluid, Gumby-like arm swing, and then he loads up the elbow and the wrist at the bottom, and that 6-pin snaps around the 10, and not what Mike Fagan wanted to see there.
Fagan and his teammate Koivu Niemi have been unable to get on track, scoring minimal points in this competition so far. Belmonte with a chance to win this group, and he does get the roll. And that will knock out Mike Fagan.
What's that? Yeah, a little bit light.
A little Aussie luck as he moves through to the eliminator round final, joining Robert Smith and Sean Rash. And we will have that final coming up next from Chicago in the Geico PBA Summer Shootout.
Vaughn, you were talking about a little Aussie luck. Are you sure he's not Irish? That's a lot of luck, my friend. Hey, stick around. Let's see if we get a little Aussie for the finals.
Are ready for our finale from the 10-pin bowling lounge. Rash, Smith, Belmonte. And here's how they got there on the Geico Championship recap. Randy.
Well, it was Rash, Malott, Machuga. Malott goes into a roll-off with Machuga, leaves the shaker 9. He gets eliminated. Sean Rash, though, he was perfect. He threw 4 in a row. Machuga needs to have this one to stay alive. Throws a really nice shot, only to leave a ring in 10. Down goes Machuga. Then in group 2, Jason Couch, he needs to strike to stay alive. Remember, he got all the points for his team last time. He leaves a pocket 7-10. Now it's the real deal, Bill O'Neill. He leaves a ring in 10. Robert Smith steps up. 10 will put away O'Neill, and 10 it is. Then in group 3, McClellan, Fagan, Belmonte. Dan the Man steps up looking for his first strike of the competition. Denied. He's eliminated. Now it's Fagan and Belmonte. Fagan steps up, throws a great shot, only to leave a ring in 10. Now it's the 2-hander from down under. Sticks at the foul line, but it doesn't matter. Aussie. 10 down, and down goes Fagan.
That brings us to this finale. 12 points for first place, 8 for second, 7 points for third place. Pete Weber got maximum points for Team Storm in our last round, and now Belmo trying to do the same thing here. But first on the line, Sean Rash from Team Brunswick. Still basking in the glow of his Player of the Year award.
Oh, God.
Yep, that's worthy of that. An 8 count.
Trouble. Big trouble. As soon as he let go of it, he said, uh-oh. And quite honestly, fortunate to knock 8 down with that ball.
So Robert Smith with a golden opportunity here from 900 global. Smith can do no better, actually leads
this lane is
3.
really hooking now. Didn't know we were supposed to move 3 left every shot. Jeez.
I moved 2.
The same kind of hit that Sean Rash just had, only Rash gets 8 and Robert gets 7.
So Rash with the reprieve. Belmonte now can hurt them both here with a big ball. And no strike for Belmo, but he does get 9 and knocks Robert Smith out of this round.
Look how deep inside Jason Belmonte is playing that left lane.
All right, so it's down to Rash and Belmonte.
Well, here's something we haven't seen before, huh? These two going at it.
No kidding. And Rash with the 9 count. Well, you know, Belmo and Rash were 2 of the 3 finalists for this year's Player of the Year honors. Mike Fagan the other. Rash won the award, and how can you argue? He was first this season in earnings average while winning the TOC.
Yeah, what a great race, and you know, I'm glad that Fagan's name is up on that graphic as well because it deserves to be.
Belmo now with another 9 count. A big mix back there, but still left one.
Well, he had a chance to put Rash away and didn't do it. Kind of some funky pin carry. Watch this. Remember the last time we went to break with that remarkable strike that he threw? Well, this one here kind of paid him back for that last one that he carried on that right lane.
Boy, Rash, the benefactor of a lot of breaks so far in this match. And here he makes them pay for it with the strike.
Big, big rivalry right here. Don't kid yourself. And Sean Rash steps up and throws a big-time strike.
Belmonte answers with a strike of his own. So this match continues.
This is great competition between 2 great competitors that would rather not lose to one another.
Back to Rash now.
Hook a lot.
And he follows up his strike with a 9 count.
Okay, Belmonte time. He can step up and throw 10 and eliminate Sean Rash. As you can see here, the ball labors just a little bit getting back to the pocket, and that's why he leaves a soft 10.
Belmo can win the round with a strike. And the Aussie comes through and puts away Sean Rash. How sweet it is.
Time for another little Rash on the Barbie.
Thanks.
Jason Belmonte giving Team Storm back-to-back victories, maximum points. Belmo very strong in this round. So Team Storm increases their advantage on the leaderboard. A 10-point lead now on Brunswick and Deviate, while Ebonite with a tenuous hold on the 4th seed. The only way to win this Geico Summer Shootout is to make the stepladder finals, and no team is out of it just yet. So what a competition this was in this round. The last singles match of the Geico PBA Summer Shootout. Doubles action when we come back your way. All 3 Player of the Year candidates in action. It was Jason Belmonte who secured maximum points for his team. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. I'm Lon McCarran for Randy Peterson. Come on back for more of our Shootout.